All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my death predictions, who I think will survive, who I think will die in the second half of Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. And possible spoiler warning if you are not cut up for Fear the Walking Dead up to the mid-season finale for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. So, we got a couple weeks here till the return for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, and I'm pretty excited to see this second half for Fear because I think it's a big question right now. You know, how many more years is AMC going to get out of Fear the Walking Dead? We know it's been renewed for a sixth season, but will that be the last season? They're saying there's going to be some huge changes in this back half, and the finale episode is called End of the Line. So it makes me think that it's likely going to be the end of the line for someone in Fear the Walking Dead. Who will it be, and will they pull out kind of a huge, another one of these big character deaths that they've been doing pretty much every year at Fear, pretty much since the series started? You know, unexpected, huge character deaths of some of the biggest characters in the show, and will Season 6 be the last season of Fear? So Channel 4 is the title for the return episode 9. Then we have 210 words per minute, which is episode 10. Episode 11, You're Still Here. Episode 12, Nur Tamid. Episode 13, Leave What You Don't. Episode 14, Today and Tomorrow. Episode 15, Channel 5. And episode 16, End of the Line. So that's pretty much the one I'm thinking that we'll be seeing a pretty big character death for Fear the Walking Dead episode 16. So if you guys have been watching my videos recently, you know that I'm kind of thinking right now that probably this second half for Fear Season 5 could be the last season for Alicia. That would be a pretty big character death for them to do. It would kind of reinvent the show in a lot of ways because now the roster would be totally different, and it would basically be to where you don't have almost any of those early Fear characters. We don't know how much longer Daniel would stay in, you know, after that if they were to do that. And basically it's a completely reinvented, it's a completely different show at that point. End of the Line makes sense for, you know, for that, I think. And then Season 6 would be almost like a completely different show if they do that. So I really hope they don't do that, but, you know, based on everything we've seen so far leading up to this back half season, it's kind of what I'm thinking we'll probably see, and then Season 5 might be sort of, thought of as Alicia's season if she is killed off in the finale. And that's for me, I mean, out of all the major characters, that's the one I'm looking at the most right now, thinking like, yeah, they might be doing that this year. You guys got to remember, they didn't create that character, right? So the new showrunners did not create Alicia. They did not create those original Fear characters. Coleman Domingo does a lot of directing, and he does a lot of things for Fear the Walking Dead, right? Maybe Strand could be the last, like original season survivor, right? If Daniel leaves eventually too. So I am expecting for Strand and Daniel to both pretty much be safe. But I also don't know how much more Ruben Blades would want to do. Maybe Season 6 could be his last season after this one. There's also Lucianna in there too, who also for her I wouldn't think maybe too much more, maybe another couple years, because maybe it's good work for the actress, but I don't know how long they'd want to keep her in there. I almost feel like they're keeping her in there and she's surviving because nobody basically expects her to, right? So then we go over to some of our newer characters, like, for example, our crossover with Morgan and Dwight. And, pretty much for both of them, I mean, this back half season for Season 5, yeah, they're pretty much both safe. I wouldn't imagine them to be killing off either of the two. I would be shocked if they did. But it's basically kind of become sort of Morgan's show, which I don't think anybody really wanted to see, but that's kind of what is slowly, starting with Season 4 kind of quickly and then slowly more and more sort of morphed into that. So with it being sort of Morgan's show, he's pretty much a lock, a guarantee that he's going to be returned for Season 6, and very unlikely they would kill him off anytime soon. Dwight is the same because he just crossed over recently, so I wouldn't expect to see them, kill him off either. Of course, we have John and June. I think John is probably safe because he's really funny. June as well, Jen Elfman, she does a good job, so, for her as well, too, they probably won't. Again, these are characters that they created, so if they created them, I tend to think they're probably more safe than the ones that they didn't. A lot of people thought maybe June would be killed off in this back half. I like that prediction for me. If you're going to choose somebody, maybe you go with her, but I don't see them doing that, not from what we've seen, and it just doesn't look that way to me. There's also Charlie as well, too, who I also think is safe. pretty much. All the new orphans they brought in, Annie and the others, and Dylan and that, for a little while. I mean, some of them obviously, probably will be killed off either in this back half or season 6, somewhere around there. And then some of the others we have, like Althea, probably safe. Again, one of their unique characters. They used her for Rick and for the others, and her camera and everything. So, and they're going to be doing more with that, Channel 4 and Channel 5 in this back half. So, yeah, I would think that she'd probably be just safe and no problem for her at all. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for the main characters. I mean, there's Sarah and Wendell, who both of them too are so cartoonish, it's crazy. So I don't know for either of them. I've thought they were going to be killed off as soon as they were introduced. Like I thought they would be killed off already, but maybe that's not the case. Maybe Sarah would be the first to go out of the two because Wendell's kind of one that everybody would expect to, and they seem to kind of, based on what we've seen so far from the new show running Fear team, it kind of feels like they do kind of what you'd least expect. So everyone expects Lucianna to be killed off, and they don't do it. Instead, they might go for somebody, a big character death that nobody expects for them to do, right? So something like that to kind of reverse it around. So, that's pretty much it for right now for this back half of what I'm thinking. I'm expecting to see Alicia probably killed off in this finale, unfortunately, even though it's not what I want to see, but that's what I'm thinking they're going to do. And then, some of the kids as well, too. Obviously, villains, or, you're going to see maybe Logan will be killed off, something like that. And then aside from that, maybe like one or two others, that are kind of in the middle. If not June, then Sarah. And, maybe somebody else who's kind of a mid-tier character. So lots of characters right now in Fear of the Walking Dead. Grace as well, too, is another one, for example, that, they would probably, I would think they would kill her off. But again, because it's expected, it's almost like you'd almost think, okay, maybe they didn't. Maybe season 6 or something, right? And they're kind of going the opposite way. So let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments below. Who do you think will be killed off in the second half of Fear of the Walking Dead Season 5? Those are my predictions for now. And we'll see how these episodes turn out. And we'll see what the future holds for Fear, if it really even has much of a future. If they go down this route that I'm thinking they're going to be going, I don't know if it really does have much of a future. I'd almost think that Season 6, if fans see that, after when Season 6 comes about, I don't know if many people will be returning. And then Season 7, I think, would either be the last season or it might be canceled right then and there. We'll see. And maybe across Morgan and the others back over into the original Walking Dead to bolster their roster or something. Plus, there's that other AMC series coming too, so it's not like they really need Fear. If they have the other one as well, they could kind of work on that as well too, and the movies. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. If you liked it, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite, and subscribe at the bottom left if you're new. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another Fear video. It's always just Trev, saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.